Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to Zens-Day Live right here on Chaos and Order Art by Susan Holt. That's me. Today is August 14th, 2024. Just gonna check over on my computer to see if my tech is working, because sometimes it doesn't. We've had internet issues recently, so I want to make sure that everything is looking good and coming up the way I want it. Issues recently, so. All right, and making sure I can see your comments. I see Chris is watching. Hey, honey. When I am painting tonight, if you make a comment or have a question and I don't see it because the camera is going to be pointed down at my work table, if Chris Kurtz answers you, he is my husband and he generally knows what's going on. If I need to add a little bit more information for you, I will do that after the live show tonight when I can see your comments and questions again. So today was a very exciting day, and tonight I'm going to paint for you because today was art hanging day up at Shea Cheese in downtown Phoenix. So I wore my shirt, my fancy new shirt that I made. And if you're coming to the Shea Cheese event, I will be wearing my shirt like this. My husband will have one on and my bestie will have one on. So you know who to talk to if you have any questions that night. And that's going to be Friday, September 6th. If you are just coming up for the art, it's going to be better if you show up around 5, between 5 and 6. And then at 6 o'clock, the food trucks are going to be open for business, and they're going to have a nice little neighborhood party in the parking lot for us. There's also going to be, Susan Coleman is here. Hello, Susan. And hi, Chris. So if you're coming, there's going to be lots of stuff to do. There's going to be some vendors and some food trucks, but they don't open until 6. So if you're there to see the art, come at 5 and then stay for the neighborhood party. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And I will post pictures of the art that I hung today. It took me 3.5 hours to get everything up and tweaked and centered and leveled and all that kind of good stuff to make it look professional and wonderful. We had some people come into the lounge while I was working, and every last one of them went, "Oh my God, that's gorgeous." So I am very happy that that has so far been the reaction to my art up there. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to move the phone. I'm just going to go right off the bat and do the painting on this. I haven't quite figured out where I'm going to put the spiral design, and I think it's going to be a spiral design on this painting. Here, let me show you. Let me show you. There we go. Because there's so much really beautiful stuff going on. I think it's gonna go this way. So I don't know, maybe I'll cover some of the dark here and kind of, yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Kind of make that recede more into the background. I like that idea. Oh, and here is the dot design card that you all voted on today and yesterday. Number 1 got the fewest amount of votes. Number 2 got the second most votes, but number 3 got double the votes of anything else. So we are going to paint number 3 today. I'm going to put that right there so I can see it. Oh, and you guys can see it on the screen too. That's fantastic. All right. I am going to move this around as I work, so don't get too attached in having it at that specific spot. My niece, Mary, said that maybe she wanted like 2 different spirals on here, so maybe one could go here. But I think I like the idea of kind of toning this darkness down, because it is such a light, bright painting. But I think it's okay that we add some white there. Don't know what happened. I got little spatters of white on my painting, places that I didn't want them. Okay. All right, let's get this show on the road, because I want to talk to you as I paint tonight about some stuff. I see over on the comments, Chris says, "Hooray, Susans!" Yes. Yes, yes. Now I need to decide how big or small do I want this little mandala. I think that's a little big. Yeah, I think that'll work. It's a good size. So I follow a couple of design houses, like interior designers on Instagram, and I'm noticing that everything they have currently in their online displays or in their workspaces in their studios, that they're going with whites, creams, and tans, and not anything else. So everything is literally just white, cream, and tan in all of their photos. There was one picture that had a pillow that was actually blush colored, but everything else was not. It was kind of the lack of color. It's a lack of color movement, I think, right now. And I don't like that. Me personally, I don't like it. And I'll tell you why. It's because color brings warmth and feeling to an area. And I think that the whites and creams and tans make everything look super sterile. If I wanted to go somewhere that looked sterile, I would go to a doctor's office or the hospital. I don't feel comfortable when everything is just white, cream, and beige. Like super light beige, tan. And I realized that I'm uncomfortable with those colors all being together and representing modernity when we have a million types of modern art that are all super colorful. It just makes me uncomfortable because it stresses me out to not have something that is beautiful and relaxing in those spaces. Like, there's nowhere really for your eye to rest and to look at and absorb some joy. It just sucks all the joy right out of the room. think those rooms all need, as everybody says, a pop of color. I was taught in university not to say a pop when you're talking about art. And I think this is for the professionals. Like talking to a gallerist, they don't want to hear your art pop. They want to see it do whatever it's going to do visually. So one of my art teachers always said, art doesn't pop, it stands out. Art doesn't make a noise, unless of course it's an interactive art piece, and then it can. But yeah, everybody uses it as a colloquialism, and every time they say that, I think of my painting instructor, and I just kind of giggle to myself. But anyhow, I digress. Getting back to my artist rant about the whites, tans, beiges, and cream colored. You know, they're fine. I think those are the colors that should be like wall colors or, you know, furniture colors. They're not meant to be foreground colors. They're meant for everything to kind of sink into the background and to have the real art stand out against them. So that is my art rant for the day. You know, the white on here on such a colorful background with such movement kind of brings it all together and makes order out of the chaos, hence the name of my Facebook group. But just to have white on white on white in your entire space, it can feel really stressful and sterile, like I said, like a hospital. But my art does not do that. My art is not sterile. It is not antiseptic. It is meant to give you good vibes, to make you feel good, to make you feel no stress or less stress as your day goes on. Susan says, or gray, so sick of gray. We have gray in our home, but we actually have so much art on all of our walls that it's a really nice background color. We have, in his office, Chris has a nice battleship gray. And then in my studio, I have a nice lighter version of battleship gray, which is great because then while I work, I have kind of a lighter grayscale up on my wall already, so I can see if something is, you know, too clashy, or, you know, if I'm going for a mid-tone of something. Mid-tone means it's not dark and it's not light. It falls somewhere in the middle. So if I'm looking for a mid-tone for something, I know that if I put it up next to my wall as a color swatch and it matches the shade of my wall, then I need to put some more color in it, take out some white. So it's good for me as an artist to have gray walls in my studio. And it also allows the art to really stand out on its own. And, you know, that's what I want. That's what I want for my art. I want it to stand on its own and be loved and admired for exactly what it is. And I think I do a pretty good job of that. Usually I have the spiral already done, and then I just show you the end designs going on the painting. But since I was hanging art today, away from home, I did not have time when I got home to put the spiral on before I went live with you. So you get to see the whole process tonight. I know some of you really enjoy that, which is great because I enjoy showing you. And as you can see, I haven't really marked out anything on my canvas. Those of you who've been with me a while know that spatial awareness is my jam. And I don't really mark anything out beforehand on these paintings. So what you see is where I think it's gonna go. Susan says, I love seeing the spiral process. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you do. Sometimes I think that that people might not want to spend this much time on with me, but you have no choice tonight. Wah ha 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 ha. Well, you do. I mean, you could just go and have a nap, go to bed. If you're back east, it's almost bedtime. But I still have to make dinner here after we finish the painting. Oh, and I'd also like to really thank everybody who voted for the dot design that I will be putting on here in just a moment. There was a lot of votes this week and it was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. I reveled in everybody's answers. I'm popping these little tiny bubbles as I go because sometimes they make a little divot in the paint. And that's not a cute look. Not what I'm going for. Sometimes just blowing on them pops them, and sometimes it does not. Sometimes they're dastardly and they stick around, or they pop up after I've walked away. All right, let's move on. Okay, we're going to do design number 3 right here. And let's get started. Probably go quiet on this part so I can concentrate. Susan says, you were spot on, pun intended, for the placement. Truly balanced out the dark pour. Excellent. Thank you for the feedback. Glad you like it. I'm really enjoying making this design. It's a lot of fun. Oh, I can tell I'm absolutely worn out from hanging all that art today. I do need to go through my website and make sure that the art that is on there, the paintings that are on there, that I put up on the walls up at Shea Cheese are the ones that I take down. I'm gonna do that after dinner. I can already tell I'm running out of brain power. Okay. Oh, that looks really pretty. All right, all my utensils and tools are cleaned up. Put the paint back in the bottle so it doesn't clump itself up. Go back over this for a couple more bubbles to pop. Other than that, I think this little gem is done. Wait till this dries and then I'll put my signature and my copyright on it. And then next week, you guys are gonna have to give it a name, give it a title. So if you think you know what the title is for this piece or you have an idea for it, go ahead and put it in the comments here. Or you can put it, excuse me, in the comment section for the post on Tuesday. And then Wednesday you can vote for those suggestions at noon on Wednesday. And then Wednesday night next week we will give this painting a title. And it will be ready to go home at that point. So I may do first dibs next week. See how that all goes. Okay, so that's going to be it for me tonight. I see Erica and Cindy and Virginia are here. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for watching. So let me know if you have a title idea for this painting, and that's going to do it for me tonight. I'm going to go have dinner because it was an exhausting day of hanging lots and lots of art. So I hope to see you right back here next Wednesday for Zens-Day Wednesday Live on Chaos and Order, art by Susan Holt. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week and weekend. I'll talk to you later. Bye, everyone.